Hey folks, I've taken like 20 to 25 product management interviews in last 1 year as a candidate, and after a fair bit of these interviews I've started understanding that most of these interviews are very similar. So I just wanted to create a video where I share about a typical product management interview rounds and what is the procedure from getting the HR call or applying a job to actually getting the offer letter. I have 6 steps here. One is the task, the second one is the HR round, then we have the strategy round, then analytical round, management or culture round, and the offer negotiation. So we'll go about each of these ones and basically try to understand what happens at each of these levels and try to understand what exactly you can expect out of these rounds and how to perform in each of these rounds. So let's get right into it. So the first round is a task round. So you might have seen whenever you apply for a specific a product management job, then you get an email saying that we have liked your profile, we have liked your resume. Here's a short task that we want you to do in a couple of hours and send it back to us in a couple of days. So the prime sort of understanding or the reasoning why they do this specific round is to understand and how serious are you about a specific opportunity. Like I've done 4 product internships till now. I've never done a task round, but of course if the company requires it, then you will have to do it. It's more like a case round. You have a problem, you need to break it down, make a deck or make a document trying to write about your thought process of solving that specific problem. You'll find a lot of videos on how to solve these case problems. At the same time, I'll make some videos sometime in the future. At the same time, I wanted to drop 3 bonus tips here. This task round can vary due to different factors. The first factor being if you have a portfolio. So if you have a portfolio, it already shows that you have done something and you have problem solving skills, and in that case you might have a chance to skip the task round in case the HR feels so. This is not a set standard, but this is based on my understanding ki if the HR knows ki you have something on your portfolio, then she or he might be willing to basically skip that task. And let's say and the second bonus tip is like if you have a referral. So mostly there are like 4 or 5 rounds in a typical interview round, but in case you get referred, the first round could be exempted, but this is not actually a thumb rule, but another way from which you can basically skip the case round, right? So the third one is like when you're applying for an internship as an inbound a candidate and they have not opened a position. A lot of times what happens is like a lot of these startups actually keep hiring, and sometimes what happens is like they don't have an active job opening but you still apply, and at that point of time they don't have a case for the specific role. So that time you could be exempted from the case round, right? So let's get into the round 2. Round 2 is a HR round. So once you submit your case, once an APM or a PM in the org basically gets all those cases and he or she goes through all of them and shortlists the top 20 or 30 of those cases. So now the HR round is more like the HR will call you and try to understand your skills, your availability, your previous experiences, how did you get to know about the company, and try to do a basic set of due diligence to understand who you are as a person and do you really fit the job description is what the HR round tries to find out. Right. So the third round is a product strategy round. This is a very, very critical sort of a round because product managers need to know 2 things. One is the problem solving skills and one is the people's or management skills. The product strategy round is more about very similar to the one that you did in the task round or the case study round, the first round. It's the only difference is like you will have to do it on the call, or you will have to do it on your feet. Like you are given a question like this, you just have a minute to think about it, and then you need to start structuring your answer and basically putting out all those points and basically answering it on the call itself. So product strategy rounds, the users of Uber and Ola are facing a lot of cancellations from the driver. How do you solve this? So basically you need to understand why are these cancellations happening, what is the core problem due to which the driver is doing, and then go about assessing this problem and finding solutions in terms of like how would you go about solving this specific problem, and what are the metrics that you will track, and how would you implement this strategy to reduce these numbers, and basically things like that. So this is a sample or a example product strategy question, but you can have more questions around like a lot of these problems, product related problems in this round. The fourth round is a analytical and technical round. This round in the product strategy round could be like give you a bunch of math questions, a bunch of reasoning questions, try to give them on the call and try to understand, or this could also be a short quiz somewhere on a portal. You just need to go fill in 10 questions. So this is mostly like trying to understand your analytical skills. Could you even have basic analytical skills? At the same time, apart from this, along with the analytical, they do test a basic SQL for product managers, because product managers need to be good at data. And to be good at data, you need to be able to understand data and filter data, and basically filter out data, use it, make operations on it, right from the DB to bringing it on sheets, applying formulas and stuff like that. So having a good understanding of SQL and writing SQL queries is a very big plus. And the fifth round is more about like till the fifth round, if you come till the fifth round, it's most probably that your technical skills, your soft skills, and the kind of skills that which are required by the job are all fulfilled by you. But the only thing is like they're trying to assess your culture, your nature and stuff like that, and to see if you have the culture fit with the organization. So the fifth round is management and culture round. Management and culture round is more about like a senior leadership who could be a VP product or director of product or a CPO or a co-founder, basically gets on a call with you to understand who exactly you are as a person, what are your philosophies, and also you could also get questions like on ambition. They might give you a question where they say they give you $10 million and you have 6 months of time. What would you build? How would you go about it? So mostly it's more about like how big you think, how do you think as a person, how ambitious are you, what do you want to do in life, what are those principles that you stand by, and also basic set of behavioral questions. If this happens, what would you go about doing and how do you solve it? Say if a sample question could be something like you have your manager actually recommending a different solution, but you know that solution is not gonna work properly. So how do you go about assessing this situation? Situational problems are also a part of this round. And pretty much it. Management round is not a very heavy round, and even the culture round, management and culture round is a very simple, very easy, free-flowing sort of a conversation. And so the sixth round, the final one, is like you've checked all the marks. Now it comes to the basically compensation and stuff like that. The company has no problems with compensating you, but HRs are incentivized to get the right players into the team at the right salary and stuff like that. HRs are more like people who auction on IPL or people like that, who set a team in the budget. So they will try to negotiate with you, and I'll make a separate video on how to negotiate for salary or stipends and things like that. But this round is gonna be more like they would say this is our standard pay, and we pay this much, and these are the other perks and things like that. But in case you have other offers and things like that, you can have a discussion accordingly, which I'll be discussing more about in a separate video, because it's a topic in itself. And this will be the sixth round. And after the sixth round, you would get the offer and the onboarding happens and things like that, and the process is completed. So hooray! So we covered all of those rounds in a product management interview, right from applying for a job or an internship to basically getting the offer and getting onboarded onto the team. Yeah, that's it. Pretty much it for the video. I really hope you liked it, and if you're watching till here, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I've been doing this YouTube for the very first time, and I've basically put a bunch of videos on product management, personal finance and stuff like that. So it would really help me if you could give your feedback in the comment section, and also let me know what kind of videos you want to what do you want to listen from me, and that would be of great help. Cool guys, I'll see you in the next one.